Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn Commerce with Namita. I am Namita Mane. In today's video, we are going to discuss about Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. Already in my last lecture, I have explained you what is correlation, types of correlation, methods to measure the correlation. So there are three types of measurement of correlation. First is scatter diagram, second is Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation, which we are going to study in today's lecture, and third is rank correlation. So the last lecture, part 1 lecture, the link of that lecture you will find in the description box. So this is the second lecture on the topic correlation and regression. So today we are going to talk about Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. This is one of the method to find the correlation. This method, Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation, is also called as product movement coefficient of correlation. Okay, so Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation is also known as product movement coefficient of correlation. Okay, and in this method, in coefficient of correlation, we find the linear relationship between the two variable. Okay, what is the extent of linear relationship between the two variables? Okay, and this method is denoted as small r. Now to find Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation, this is the formula we are going to use to find the correlation between two variables. So by using this formula, we are going to find the linear relationship between the two variables. So R is equals to summation. This sigma or summation means the total xy. Okay, sigma summation xy minus n is number of observation, multiply by x bar multiply by y bar, divided by bracket summation of x square minus n x bar square multiply bracket close bracket summation of y square minus n y bar square bracket close, and this is under the square root. Okay, so the down part of the formula of Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation is under the square root. Okay, this whole is under the square root. Okay, so this is the upper, so sigma xy minus n x bar square, x bar y bar divided by summation of x square minus n x bar square multiply summation of y square minus n y bar square bracket close and whole under the square root. Okay, now in this formula, y bar and x bar and y bar is what? It is arithmetic mean, okay, of x and y, arithmetic mean of x and y. Now to find or to calculate Karl Pearson coefficient, we have two methods. First method is direct method and second method is deviation method. Deviation method is also called as assume mean method. Okay, so first we'll discuss about how to find Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation by direct method, and next we'll see deviation method. Okay, so first let's discuss the direct method. Okay, now to find Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation by direct method, there are 6 steps which we are going to use for finding the correlation between the two variables. So in direct method, the first step is obtain the sum, okay, or find the sum of x value, that is total of x, and once we find the total of x, that is summation of x, we can find x bar. Okay, x bar is nothing but the arithmetic mean of x. Step number 2 is sum of y value. Okay, means total of y value, sigma y, and after finding the value of y, we can find y bar. Okay, y bar is nothing but the arithmetic mean of y. Next, step number 3 is obtain the sum of square of x. Obtain the sum means find the sum of square of x, that is x square, total of x square. Step number 4 is obtain the sum of square of y, summation of y square. Step number 5 is obtain the sum of product of x and y, that is summation of x and y. And last step is step number 6 is find R. Means find R is what? Find Pearson coefficient of correlation by applying the formula. Okay. Now to find coefficient of correlation by direct method, you are going to use this formula. Okay. So for direct method, use this formula. And for deviation method, there is another formula to find coefficient of correlation. Okay, so don't get confused. Direct method formula is different, and assume method or deviation method is having the other formula. So for direct method, we are going to use this formula and find the correlation between the two variables. So copy down. This is the example of coefficient of correlation by direct method. Okay, so by direct method we are finding the correlation between import and export by direct method. So this is the example. Calculate the coefficient of correlation. Calculate the coefficient of correlation between import values and export value by direct method. So for direct method, we are going to use this formula, and these are the steps. We will go according to the step, and one by one we are going to find the value of correlation. So this is the example, this is the question. So export values are this, import values are this. So export 10, 11, 14, 14, 20, 22, 16, 12, 15, 13. Import values are 12, 14, 15, 16, 21, 26, 21, 15, 16, 14. So this is the example. Copy down in your notebook. Okay, so now we'll see how to find or how to calculate coefficient of correlation between the import values and export value by direct method. So we are going to use these steps to find the correlation between import values and export value. So this is the example. I hope you have note down in your notebook. After this, prepare this table. Okay, prepare the table in this form: x, y, x square, y square, x and y. Okay, now this is the values of import and export. Now in correlation we require two variables. Okay, so we have import and export as variable. So we are going to give variables to them. So we will do what? Let x be the values of export. Okay, so all the values of export will be denoted as x, and let y be the value of import. So all the values of import will be denoted by y. Okay, so x is export and y is import. Okay, so all the values will be of export will be x, and all the values of import will be y. Okay, so let x be the value of export and y be the value of import. Now after this, prepare this table. Already you have prepared the table. Now in x, okay, in first column you are going to note down all the values of export, okay, under the heading x, because we have said that let x be the value of export. Okay, so write down all the values of export under the heading x. So 10, 11, 14, 20, 22, 16, 12, 15, 13. Okay, so you have wrote all the values of x under the heading, all the values of export under the heading x. Okay, next is what? Import values we have denoted as y. Okay, so write all the values of import under the heading Y. 14, 15, 16, 21, 26, 21, 15, 16 and 14. So 21, 15, 16 and 14. Okay. So we have note down all the values of Y also. Okay. Now first step is what? Obtain the sum. Okay. Obtain the sum of value of X. Okay. That is X summation of X. Okay. So now first step is what? We have wrote down all the values X and Y. Now according to this first step, calculate all the values of X, means add all this value, add 10 plus 11 plus 14 plus 14 plus 20 plus 22 plus 16 plus 12 plus 15 plus 13. Okay. So add all the values by using calculator and find sigma X. Okay. So if we add 10 plus 11 plus 14 plus 14 plus 20, 22, 16, 12, 15 and 13. So we get 147. Okay. So 147. Okay. So first step is done. Okay. Now we have to find X bar. Okay. We will find it later on. Okay. Now step number 2. Obtain the value of Y. So add all the values of Y. 12 plus 14 plus 15 plus 16 plus 21 plus 26, 21 plus 15 plus 16 plus 14. Okay. So we get sigma Y as 170. Okay. So now step number 2. We have got step number 2, summation of Y. Okay. Y bar we have to find. Okay. So we'll do it once this step 5 is completed. Okay. Now next step is what? Step number 2. Obtain the sum of square of X. That is what? X square. Okay. So this is X. Clear? So square of X, answer you are going to write under X square column. Okay. So first is what? 10. What is the square of 10? 100. Okay. So square of 10 is 100. Square of 11, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Square of 14, 196. Square of 14, again it is repeating, 196. Square of 20, 400. Square of 22, 484. Okay, 484. Next, square of 16, 256. Square of 12, 144. Square of 15, 225. Square of 13, 169. Okay. So I have got all the square values of X. Okay. Square of X I have got. Okay. I have written under the heading X square. Okay. So 10 square, 100, 11 square, 121, then so on. Okay. So now add all the values of X square. So we will get step number 3. Okay. Obtain the sum means what? The total of X square. This sigma means what? Total. Okay. Summation. So add all the values of X square. So 100 plus 121, 196 plus 196 plus 400 plus 484 plus 256 114 225 6. Okay, so I have got the answer 2219. Okay, check whether you are also getting this answer. Okay, mention your answer in the live chat box. I will check whether your answers are correct or no. I will understand whether you have understood this method. Okay, so the value of x square I have got 2291. Okay, so step number 3 is done. Now let's find step number 4. Step number 4 is what? Obtain the sum of square of y, that is y square. Same thing what we did for x square, we are going to find the y square. Okay, so these y values are here. Okay, so square of 12. Okay, square of 12 is what? 144. Square of 14 is 196. Square of 15 is 225. Square of 16 256. Square of 21 441. Square of 26 676. Square of 21 441. Square of 15 225. Square of 16 256 and square of 14 196. Okay, so now I have got all the values of y square. Okay, so add all the values of y square and find summation of y square, that is step number 4. Add all the values. 144 plus 196. Tell me the answer in the chat box. Plus 256 plus 169. Okay, so my answer is 3056. Okay, 3056, 3056. Okay, I hope even you are getting this answer. Check whether the answers are correct or no. Mention your answer in the live chat box. Now step number 5. Okay, step number 5 is what? Obtain the sum of product of x and y, that is sigma x and y. Okay, so now this, how to find x and y? Multiply the values of x and y together. Okay, so 10 multiplied by 12. Write the answer in this column. 11 multiplied by 14. Write the answer under the heading x and y. So 10 multiplied by 12, 120. 11 multiplied by 14, 154. 14 multiplied by 15, 210. 14 multiplied by 16, 224. 20 multiplied by 21, 420. 22 multiplied by 26. Give your answers in the live chat box. 16 multiplied by 21, 336. 12 multiplied by 15, 180. 15 multiplied by 16, 240. 13 multiplied by 14, 182. Okay, So I have got all the values. Obtain the sum of product of x and y, means we product of x and y means multiply. Okay, so 10 multiply by 12, 120, and so on. So I have got all the values of x and y. Now add all the values of x and y, then we will get sum or summation of x and y. Okay, so add all the values of x and y. 120 plus 154. Give me the answer in the live chat box. So my answer is 2638. Okay, so I am getting 2638. So this is the answer I am getting for summation of x and y. Okay, so now all the 5 steps we have done. The now one last step is what? Find R, means find Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation by applying the formula. Okay, so we are going to use the formula to find the correlation between import and export. Okay. Okay, so now we'll find the correlation between export and import. Export and import. Now we have got all the values as per the formula. Remember one thing, while finding step 1 and step 2, I have said that we have to find x bar and y bar. X bar and y bar is nothing but the arithmetic mean of x and y. Okay, so now as per the formula we have got all the values. That is what the formula is, what? Summation of xy. So summation of xy we have got. N is what? Number of observation. So write n is what? Number of observation. How many observations are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So n is what? 10. Then x bar. Okay, now we have to find x bar. X bar is what? Arithmetic mean of x. So how to find x bar? Summation of x upon n. Okay, so what is the total of x? Total of x is 147 divided by n. N is what? 10. Okay, so divide 147 by 10. So we get 14.7. Okay, so 14.7 is what? X bar. So we have got the value of x bar. Done. Next is what? Y bar. Okay, now y bar, how to find y bar? Y bar, summation of y divided by n. So summation of y is what? 170. Okay, divided by n. So 170 divided by 10, we get 17. Okay, so 17 is y bar. Okay, so I will write here, somewhere here. Okay, x bar is equals to 14.17, y bar is equals to 17, and n is equals to 10. Okay, now all the values as per the formula we have got. Now you put these values in the formula. Okay, so R is equals to sigma xy. Sigma xy means total of x and y. So 2638 minus n is what? 10, number of observation, multiply by x bar. X bar we have got 14.7, multiply by y bar. Y bar is 17. Okay, divided by, put the square root sign, bracket, summation of x square. Summation of x square is what? 2291. Okay, 2291 minus again n. N is what? 10. Multiply by x bar square. X bar square. Okay, x bar square. 14.7 is x bar, and then square is there. We have to find the 14.7 square also. multiply bracket summation of y square. The total of y square is 3056 minus n 10 multiply by y bar square. Y bar is how much? 17 square. Okay, now further solve it. N is 10, sorry, n is 10. Okay, so now we have put all the values as per the formula. I hope till this much step you have understood. Okay, first in direct method you have to prepare the table. After table you have to apply the formula, then whatever answers you have got in the table, okay, total of x, y, then square, x square, y square, you have to put the values in the formula and then you have to solve it. Okay, so therefore r is equals to 2638 minus, multiply this, multiply 10 by 14.7 by 17. Okay, so multiply 10 by 14.7 multiply by 17. So answer you get 2499. Okay, give me your answer in the live chat box. Let me check whether you are doing it correctly or no. Okay, so after multiplying 10 into 14.7 multiply by 17, you get 2499. Okay, next put the sign of square root, write 2291 as it is. Now see here, 10 multiply by 14.7 square is given. Okay, that means what? Square is only for this much. Okay, it is not for the whole bracket. That means what? 14.7 square. Okay, find the square of 14.7. So 14.7 square, you get 216.09. Okay, so multiply this 216. Okay, so in the rough column I will write the square of, this way you have to find the square. Okay, the square of 14.7, the answer is 216.09. Okay, then multiply this answer by 10. Okay, so multiply 216.09 by 10. So whatever answer you get, so answer you get 2160.9. Okay, so write the answer here and close the bracket. So this is the rough work I have showed to understand that how I have got 2160.9. Okay, first of all what I did, so I have found multiplied, I found square of 14.7 and whatever answer I got by 14.7, I have multiplied it by 10. Okay, next bracket, write 3056 as it is minus, now again see 10 multiply by 17 square. So find the square of 17. Find the square of 17. So 17 square is 289 and multiply it by whatever answer you get by square, multiply it by 10. Okay, so multiply it by 10, you get 2890. So write this answer in the bracket. Okay, I hope you have understood what I did. I had multiplied 17, okay, 17 square, and whatever answer I have got by 17 square, I have multiplied it by 10 and I wrote the answer here. Okay, now next step. Next step is minus this thing, minus this 2638 minus 2499. 2638 minus 2499. So you get the answer 139. Okay, check whether you are also getting this answer. 139. Next, bracket minus this 2, 2219 minus 2160.9, 130.1. Okay, 130.1 multiply, sign will be as it is. Okay, minus 3056 minus 2890 minus 28. So I got the answer 166. Check whether even you are getting the correct answer. I hope you are following, you are with me, so by solving the sum. Okay, so now see, 139. Okay, divide 139 divided by 130.1 into 166, and this is whole under the square root. Okay, so next step, r is equals to 139. Multiply this first. Okay, multiply 130.1 multiply 130.1 by 166. So the answer you get 2159.6, and this is under the square root. Okay, this is under the square root. So by multiplying 130.1 into 166, you get 21596.6. Okay, now first, next step, r is equals to 139. You will write as it is. Now find the square root of this value. Find the square root of 21596.6. Okay, so square root, on the scientific calculation you will find the square root sign. Square root of 21596.6. Okay, so the answer you get 146.95. Okay, I hope even you are getting this answer, 146.95. Now the last step is what? R is equals to divide 139 by 146.95. .9458. Okay, so this is the answer of coefficient of correlation between export and import. Okay, 0.9458. I hope even you are getting this answer. Just remember, first in this step, okay, first multiply the two number, whatever answer you get, find the square root of that answer and then write it here, and then divide 146.95 by, so the answer you will get 0.9458. Okay, so this is the correlation between export and import. Okay, so this will be positive correlation because 0.94, the answer is in plus. Okay, so in this way you have to find the Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation by direct method. Okay, in this way you have to find the Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation by direct method. In next lecture we are going to see how to find Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation by deviation method. Okay, by second method. So thank you very much. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, like and share the video, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the latest notification.